Do you know that there's a city in Africa where you can take the train for free? Yes, you heard me, for free without paying a dime. Well, that city is Abuja, Nigeria's capital city. Let's talk about this train station. It is called the Abuja Rail Mass Transit, but a lot of people just call it the Abuja Metro Line. That's what it's popularly known as. So if you go on that train ride or on that rail, system today, you are not going to pay a dollar. It's free. Yeah. Whether you're a Nigerian, you're a tourist, or you're just visiting, or whoever you are, you can go on that ride for free. I don't think you can find that in any other African city. Shout out to Nigeria. And honestly, people who live in Abuja probably don't even know much about the rail transit because Abuja is heavily relied on cars. Most people have their cars, so they move around with ease. So some people may not even have the need to use the rail transit. And because the rail transit is located in the central business districts where almost everyone, has a car, it's quite not popular as it should be. But today I'm here to tell you about it. I was so curious, I wanted to really see what was going on, what it felt like to go on a train ride in Nigeria, in Abuja. So I had to go test out the rail system for myself. Yeah. The entire building, when I walked in, the building looked so huge. It's in the center of Abuja, in the central business district, close to the World Trade Center. So you can't even miss it for anything. Maybe you can, but if you ask questions, you will find it. It's just there. It's so huge. You see videos, photos online, and it doesn't do justice to how big it is in person. Oof. Well, because it's free, you don't have to buy tickets or anything. So what happens is you just go through the entrance, you pass through security like you would do when you go to the airport, and then you enter the waiting hall where you wait and everyone is just there waiting until the train ride comes. I'm going to show you some clips of my experience passing through the Nigerian rail system. Have a look. Everyone, I'm in Abuja and this is the Abuja metro station. Yes, so we are going to go in and have a tour of this place. So I'm gonna take you along with me. Let's go. Pass through security. How beautiful is that? And when the train is ready to go, there's somebody who comes in and announces, and people start to make their way down to the platform to board the train. You are even going to know when the train comes out because it makes a really loud noise. So you're going to hear it. It's like whatever the sound of the train is. I'm going to show you all of that, how I made my way down to the platform to board the train. Have a look now. When I got into the train, I realized something, that this train system that I thought a lot of people don't use is actually being used by a lot of people. The people who should be using them, it was full. Some people were standing because it was completely full. But what I noticed also was that it was neat, well maintained, fully air conditioned, the seats were clean. And it genuinely just felt comfortable, just like any other bigger city across the world. While I was sitting there, I noticed traders, people who were carrying stuffs to sell, or people who carried stuff that they sold and they're returning back home. Then it dawned on me that this is actually benefiting who it should benefit. Because those people would have otherwise used other modes of transportation and they would have paid to carry those luggage, and they're probably not making enough profit from what they're selling. So it's actually benefiting those people. And I love it. I'm just going to show you more clips of inside the train so you can have a look. I was just happy to be on that ride. At this point, I know you have lots of questions about what is the Abuja Rail Transit, when did it start operation, how did things start. I'm going to tell you. Well, the Abuja Metro officially started commercial operations back in May 29th of 2024 after Nigeria's current president Bola Ahmed Tinubu commissioned it. In the first 100 days alone, It transported over 250,000 passengers, and that's just the phase one of the entire project. So we are hoping that in the coming years we will see other phases of this project. By the way, the train wasn't always free. Before now, people would pay, let's say like 1,000 naira, 500 naira. It was cheap. But the fares were affordable, Then during the holiday period, the president wanted to sort of like give the people Christmas presents, and he said train rides in the Abuja metro was going to be free for the holiday. And after the holiday, he extended it again for 2 months. And after that, he extended it for the rest of the year. I'm going to show you that clip.
Our dear landlord and esteemed, I heard you saying 2 months free ride. I appeal to you to make it till the end of the year.
Another question that a lot of people would have is, where does this train go? Does it pass through my area, my corridor, my city? Well, the Abuja Metro connects the central Abuja, like that's the central business district, to the airport. That's the final destination. So it also cuts across cities like Idu, Kubwa, Gwagwa, and so on. The train moves about 100 kilometers per hour, and I think that's pretty actually fast when you think about it. Now, after the ride, when you come down from the ride, that's from the train station in the central business district, there was something that I noticed. We had alongs. If you don't live in Abuja, if you're not from Nigeria or from Abuja, along is like the local taxi in Abuja. So you will find these along drivers waiting in front. And I thought that felt a little bit disorganized. If the government can, I know that right now that the city is working on its bus system, so there's a lot of bus terminals being built. So if that can, I believe when that is up and running, things will get better. But I didn't like the fact that those taxis were out there. I wish there was a bus system that would transport people from the central business district's main station to the bus terminal in the city where they can then pick other local taxis or pick a cab or whatever, a bike. I don't think bikes work in the central area. So maybe they could pick another mode of transportation to whatever locations they're going to. That would make more sense. Also, there is a concern that a lot of people have online. People say that the train doesn't pass where the majority of Abuja workers live. It's true. A lot of people who work in Abuja stay in places like Nyanya, Marapa, Lupe, Karu, and other satellite areas in Abuja, and the metro doesn't reach those places as of yet. But I'm looking at this as just the phase one. This feels like the government is testing out the metro system to get an idea, building confidence, gathering data, in my opinion. And I believe that maybe the next phase would extend to those cities that people have concerns about, like Maraba and Nyanya for sure. Just know that the Abuja Metro is free once again. It works. People are using it, and it's honestly, one of those projects that makes sense once you actually use it or see it for yourself. I was happy to be on that ride. I didn't pay a dime. I went for a joy ride. I didn't have a destination. I just hopped on the train. I told one of the staff and told him where I was going. I just told him I don't have a destination. I'm going for a joyride. And he just told me, okay, when you get to the station, you can come down and take the next train back to the central business station if you don't want to go to the airport because it's a long ride. So if you enjoyed this breakdown, you learned something, and you think you're going to try the Abuja railway transit, or if you just liked this video in general, I would like for you to give this video a thumbs up, and please subscribe so you can stay updated with more videos that I make. And if you do have any topics that you want me to explore politically or whatever, let me know. I will investigate, I will explore, and I will come out here to give you guys a beautiful video. And I hope you enjoy this video. It brings me so much joy when I'm able to come on YouTube and just talk. That's the kind of things that I like. And I hope you guys enjoy this video once again, and have a good rest of your day. Bye bye.